Hey boys and girls, this is Wildman Willis here. I'm doing a review of both NXT and Survival Series that was this weekend. I'm not going to go through all the matches one by one, but I'm going to just basically give my thoughts of both shows. Surprising enough, this is the first time in a long time that WWE had a solid takeover show and a solid regular main roster pay-per-view. Usually, the NXT show was always better than the main pay-per-view, but both of them was pretty solid shows, surprising enough. Of course, the NXT show was better all around, but the second half of Survival Series was much better than the first half of the Survival Series. My highlight matches was, of course, the War Games match. I was surprised that the baby faces won. It seemed like I thought that Undisputed Era was going to win that joint, but surprisingly enough, the team of Ricochet, the War Raiders, and one of my best friends' favorite wrestler, Pete Dunne, they did a hell of a good match with everybody together. So and the other match that night was the Velveteen Dream versus Tommaso Ciampa. They beat the hell out of each other in that match. Dream was this close to winning the belt, but he messed up on a Daredevil move that cost him. And Ciampa took advantage of it and took advantage of his surroundings, because you know with the War Games they have a double ring, and they also have still great holding the rings together so nobody fall in between the crack. So Ciampa took advantage of that. Kairi Sane keeps on getting cheated out of the title because it take 3 women to beat her once again. But she had a little bit of help this time, but Baszler took advantage of the situation with all the foolishness going on outside of the ring with her girls helping out, and Kairi Sane's girls coming to save her, but it didn't help. She still lost the match. So, but yeah, that was a pretty solid match too. So, man, NXT basically only had like 4 or 5 matches. Matt Riddle made his debut on pay-per-view basically, and basically KO'd the KO artist himself, Cassius Ohno. So that's probably be his first feud. So, yeah. Man, they was just killing it. Johnny Gargano versus Aleister Black. That was a killer match as well. They was going back and forth with each other. They was kicking and kneeing the hell out of each other during that match. But Aleister hit the win. He told him that he was going to pay for his sentence. And that's what happened to Johnny Gargano. Because that last Black Mass, man, that was just every match on that pay-per-view was just excellent from beginning to end. So I can't gush no more about that because I have to go on to Survival Series. Well, Survival Series was basically, you could really say, the last 4 matches of the matches was worth watching. You had the traditional stuff with the tag teams was in the pre-show. Who cares about them, basically? So they ain't even count that as one of the Survival Series matches. Because basically Raw swept through SmackDown from beginning to end. So no hope for the blue brand on that. The women's match was sloppy. They took advantage of what Nia Jax did to Becky Lynch. And the crowd was booing the hell out of that girl from beginning to end. And she was the sole survivor, so that made matters even worse. And they had a surprise of Enzo in the crowd acting the asshole. And he got kicked out of the show for being a fool. Had his outfit on in his head and everything, being a buckethead. They threw him out because some of my friends had caught him hiding under his hoodie. Then he had to show off, so I don't know why he did that mess. But they caught it on camera, them escorting him out. So that don't really have nothing to do with any of the matches, but if some people want to know why the fans were getting rowdy, that was the reason why. So then the women's match, which I talked about, it was okay, but it was kind of sloppy. I didn't care too much for the Nakamura and Seth Rollins match. I don't think they really did. I don't think they gel really well because they don't really wrestle against each other. And it showed Seth took the win. Everybody was thinking that Dean was going to come mess in the match, but I guess they got to keep Seth looking strong, I guess. So, but yeah, I wasn't too impressed with that match. The tag team match with the Bar versus AOP, it was okay. The ending was wonky. That was purely a Vince move with Drake Maverick peeing on himself. That joint looked so corny. And the distraction had caught up with Sheamus and Cesaro, and that's how they lost the match against AOP. It was a hard-hit match, I give him that. But the matches I really want to talk about, the Cruiserweight match was pretty cool. Buddy Murphy and Mustafa Ali, man, they was taking some hard hits out, throwing each other outside of the ring and stuff like that. Man, they was trying to kill each other in that match. So that was the start of the matches becoming very good. The Charlotte and Ronda match, that match was awesome. I wish they couldn't have Ronda take the pin, and they couldn't really have Charlotte take the pin. So basically what they did was Charlotte was getting sick of the mess and just beat the holy living hell out of Ronda Rousey. And the crowd went crazy, man. It was like, we don't have Becky Lynch doing this, but Charlotte was even worse. Kendo sticks, chairs. Ronda, at the end of that match, she had whelps on her back. She had scars on her leg. Her mouth was busted open. Her cauliflower ear looked even worse. That joint was bloody. They was scrapping through that match most of the time. And Charlotte just went crazy at the end. Even the men's Raw versus SmackDown match was pretty cool. Going on, they had some dissension going on between Braun and Drew. So hopefully they'll have that match later on down the road. Everybody was cheering for the SmackDown side. Something I was shocked seeing, I guess because they had more people on the SmackDown side. And people like, even the Miz. People was even cheering for the Miz. So that tells you something right there. Shane, I know some people be down on Shane, but when Shane needs to get in the ring and do what he got to do, he can handle himself. You know, he looked like he was winded and tired. But still, he gave on a good performance. It basically turned into the Braun Strowman show near the end of the match. But I want to talk about the match that everybody was thinking Bryan gonna get killed. Brock don't want to do nothing. All he gonna do is just suplex him 3 or 4 times, and that's gonna be the end of the match. But to me, this was the match of the night, other than the Charlotte and Ronda match with Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar. See, the thing about Brock Lesnar is what I've been trying to tell people for the longest time. When Brock has somebody that can actually wrestle in the ring with him, he will motivate himself to have a great match. That's why the Roman matches have been some shit. That's why the Braun Strowman match was some shit. That's why the Dean Ambrose match was some trash. That just proves something. When he had the match with Goldberg at WrestleMania, Even though they was just basically spamming each moves with each other, it was still a good, hard-hitting match. Just like he had with AJ. Him and AJ had a hell of a good match. But this match told a story going in. Everybody was thinking Daniel Bryan is going to get beat like hell. He done turned on AJ Styles. But the reason why he did what he did, because the only way he can get in there with Brock Lesnar is if he showed his dirty side. And that's exactly what he did. For once, Brock Lesnar finally, really, truly met his match in Daniel Bryan, because after all them suplexes, and even after kicking out of it, after Brock pulled Bryan off on the F5, he could have won the match. Bryan kept on kicking him in the head, and Brock tried to do the F5 again, and he accidentally threw Bryan into the ref. And Bryan did the smartest thing in the world, kicking that man in the nuts. The nuts always work. As Eddie Murphy said in the beginning of the Raw, he kicked them in the ding-ding. Man, that running knee ain't no joke. Daniel Bryan, man, this is one of Brock's best matches. When he motivated, this is the Brock I like to see. He will sell for you. And basically, I love the way the match ended. Basically, Bryan had the upper hand in most of the match. Almost had Brock tapping to the yes lock. But Brock, the power of Brock. Just too much for Bryan, and he got up and hit him with the F5 and won the match. But Brock knew he was in the fight because he was limping and everything at the end of the match. So, to me, this is one of the matches that could be one of WWE's best matches of the year candidate for me on the regular main roster, because there's so many good matches on NXT. That's nothing new with them. But you very seldom have a match like that on a Raw, a SmackDown pay-per-view. So, I enjoy both pay-per-views. It was better than the stuff we've been getting of late. The Crown Jewels was kind of crap. The Hell in a Cell was kind of crap. I was shocked that the Australian show was pretty cool. But this, all in all, Survival Series, as less 2 weeks build that they had for this came out to be a pretty decent show. So, that's my review. Both nights were pretty good, even though NXT was still better, but the main roster showed why they are the main roster tonight, at least the second half of the pay-per-view, not the first half. So, this is Wildman Willis signing off. See you next time.